Tonight on the news, we record an actual episode that involves both of us being in the same room together.
Gay people, are they real or just faking for attention?
Guess what? There's a gay man in this room. Kiss us, and we'll tell you who it is. But first, our main story. Give us your money.
Yeah, that is really the first and last subject of the news is giving us your money. We extended the deadline just for you. And I'm not talking about the plural you. I'm not talking about all of you listeners. I'm talking about you, listener. You know who you are. We extended the deadline just for you. So get off your ass. Go to paypal.me/notscotthenson and request a movie or more than one movie for the price of $20 American minimum per movie. And I think we're throwing a new thing in. I think because we're talking off air about how people should send money and nudes, and we do mean money and nudes.
Both.
Not money or nudes. So please include nudes with your money. All right? The deadline is, if you're listening to this podcast fresh, the deadline is tomorrow.
This is your last opportunity.
The deadline is 2:22 p.m. on 2/22/2022. What day is that? A Tuesday.
Holy shit.
Can you fucking believe it?
No.
No.
This is some fucking communist magic.
This is some news, is what this is.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Send us your money. Request some movies.
I think it's cute that you made them believe that we talk off air.
Look, people are more inclined to listen to a podcast where they think the hosts don't hate each other and interact off air.
Yeah. Where they when they make love, there's eye contact and kissing.
Exactly. Not just... It's not so transactional.
It's not just aggressive thrusting and to get it over with quickly.
It's business. But of course, our lovemaking, with both of us as non-penetrative bottoms, both just lying face down, starfished on the bed as we drift off to sleep.
And never had a better night's sleep in my life.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess we've never had a better night's sleep. Sonny Von Bulow has had a number of better night's sleeps.
You know what? A lot of good years of better sleeps. Excellent resting hand position.
Oh, well, don't worry.
We'll get to that.
We'll talk about coma hands. Don't you worry. That was literally the first note I made was coma hands. Would you like to address your absence? Number one, what is your problem?
Number two, who do I think I am?
Yes. And number three, how dare you?
Listen.
Please address those in order.
Listen. Who do I think I am? Mm-hmm. I think I'm a man with a plan. And my name is the Brian Kendrick.
Okay, good.
What was the second part?
What was it?
Hey, I may be angry and hate-filled.
What was that third thing? The first one was, who do you think you are? The second was, what is your problem? And the third one was, how dare you? So issue 2, what is your problem?
My problem is the fact that I'm the only living being on the planet who can never get COVID.
I said the same thing last week. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about how all of these will age. But yeah,
especially when one or both of us has to have a breathing and feeding tube in the future.
I can't wait to look. That's what I've been angling for my whole life. I would
lungs and throats have completely collapsed due to COVID and
love for someone to feed me
energy drinking.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we'll get to that too.
Excessive energy drink consumption.
I don't think there's such thing, but one guy begs to differ.
I think one guy's wife begs to differ.
Yeah, so
I don't think he's begging to differing anything.
So this is your second COVID contact.
Well, no, this is like my...
Well, I guess you've had a bunch at work.
I get COVID contact tracing conversations at work at least once a week.
Okay.
Because I'm the one person sort of, or the person that the most crossover between the morning and the evening people.
Would you consider yourself the glue of your workplace?
I would consider myself the John Edwards.
Would you consider yourself?
I do a lot of crossing over.
Not vice presidential candidate. No. Fake psychic.
Yes.
John Edwards.
John Edwards.
Excellent. How would you rank the John Edwardses?
I go pretending to talk to dead people 1.
Yeah, because you know what? He didn't lose a fucking election.
He did not lose a fucking election.
Running with a flip-flopper, John Kerry.
Oh, flip-flopping.
Who said one thing one time and then changed his mind. And that was enough to lose you an election to George W. Bush back then.
Pick a better opponent.
I guess so. I guess don't run against the best president of all time.
Don't go against W, because he's the best.
And a wonderful artist.
You know what? Everybody who's a secret wonderful artist is a great human being.
Hold on, let me think. I'm gonna try as a debater at heart.
Yeah, a master debater.
As a master debater, I'm gonna try to think of one example to disprove. Okay, so George W. Bush was a real 2000s guy. So let me just go back through time and see if I can think of anyone who is more famous for something else. But was also secretly a wonderful artist. I mean, if you go back to the 70s, I guess Andy Warhol was more an artist than anything. But he was I get Andy Warhol was a professional gay man and then also an excellent secret artist. He did that nice can of soup.
I think that's kind of the go-to Andy Warhol.
That was
the can of soup. He painted that hockey player.
He painted the hockey player. I think there was a banana at one point. Might have done some.
Was there a banana hammock?
Could have been a banana hammock. So he was good. And so the premise is that they're always good people, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Andy Warhol was chill. And he gave us that.
As long as you're cool with the gay stuff.
As long as you're cool with the gay stuff, he gave us that Frank Reynolds impression of him years later, which I think was a treat. So you go back to the 70s and then the 60s, 50s, and then I don't know. What if I looked at I don't know, spitball in 1939 to 1945. No, honestly, anyone I can think from that era who was an excellent secret artist. Also pretty chill. Yeah. So, you know what? I think your point stands.
Nothing cooler than drawing dogs.
Paint
me some dogs.
Did Hitler paint dogs playing poker?
Oh.
Can you prove he didn't?
I can't. That is a very...
burden of proof.
Very interesting
it's on the prosecution
conversation to have. I can't tell you that he didn't.
Were the dogs wearing armbands?
They might have been.
I can't...
But the armbands might have also had a star on them.
Oh. Dogs playing their last game of poker.
How many dogs are in that painting? 8? That seems
like a lot. I don't think there's 8 dogs in that painting. That's way too many. Maybe 2. Maybe 2.
That's a lot of dogs.
Oh boy.
I'm glad that I got you.
I wouldn't mind ending the podcast on that, but I guess we got some other things to say. God damn. Well, if nothing else, I enjoy peeking.
There are 7 in the painting.
I don't believe you. Imagine all the work it'd take to get 7 dogs in that painting. The painting's not even in color. They had color paint back then.
That's how long ago it was.
What are they hiding? Why is why is the door to the poker room made of wood? That doesn't make sense. Why would you have a sturdy metal door?
I like that you almost couldn't finish the statement.
I almost had to check into jail.
My face hurts.
Jesus Christ.
8 dogs playing poker.
Seems like, no, I don't know. Seems like a lot. Seems like the well now I feel like I'm getting too literal. Seems like the dogs were just exaggerating so they could get their own state. Is that too on the dog nose for you?
I'm glad the dog nose. I'm glad that you're the one that uploads these podcasts to your
to my YouTube channel.
Your YouTube, so
I
that
think
they
we
can
should
trace
pivot.
it back to you.
I think we should put these on your YouTube.
No, absolutely not.
You've got a lot of subscribers.
I don't think I have
Any subscribers?
I also don't know why I have a YouTube account.
So you can occasionally make comments on comments to us
Sometimes.
saying, actually, ma'am, I'm gay.
Actually,
so,
they.
Knock it off.
Knock it off, indeed.
Well, what else is going?
Are we done with our giggle fest? The chuckling?
I guess. I had a nice time.
Yeah, me too.
I had a very nice time.
My face genuinely hurts from trying to hold in laughter.
I had a little cry.
Yeah. I'm glad I got you with that. That was real good. I wasn't sure if you were going to feed into it or not.
Oh,
bump and feed, Scott. Bump and feed.
Come on. I wasn't expecting it. It
was a pleasant surprise.
I wasn't fishing, but I like what I caught.
Yeah. I decided that since we, of course, call ourselves the news most of the time, that we should look up ridiculous news stories to have actual news to talk about. So allow me to get to the news portion. Now, of course, you can follow me on Twitter at SarianSoftBoss.
You can follow me on Twitter at NotScottHenson.
You can also give us your money. If we haven't hit that home enough, it will only be mentioned 7 or 8 more times.
Let me check. Yeah, we got 8 more.
Okay. So yeah, I was just looking up random.
I like that I looked at my watch when I was doing that bit.
We're gonna record until exactly 6.
Yep, 8 more.
So. So I was just looking up insane news stories, and
I was looking up insane clown posses.
I'll look up insane clown posse all you want, man. They secret juggalos in this room,
or not?
No, we
so
are
secret.
Oh, not so secret. Yes, you and I secret. So I found a story about a man who was drinking so many energy drinks.
And I have a problem with the story, which we'll get to.
That he had a brain aneurysm.
A brainurism.
Brainurism, as it were.
Whose line was that? Was that a Mark Henry line?
Mark Henry.
I had a brainurism?
Yeah.
I think it might be World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry.
Sounds like something a big dumb. Okay. I was gonna say.
Look, man.
I was gonna say a big dumb power lifter would say, but.
We got dogs playing poker.
Don't push the envelope.
Don't Icarus this.
Yeah, don't get too close. So, according to this man's wife, he had been drinking so many energy drinks because he had been working long, hard hours because, surprise, surprise, he was a poor American who was bad with his money and couldn't afford to live a regular life while having a child and wife, so that rhymed.
You know what?
You know what?
Nice.
I'm gonna end it there. That he
the end of the news.
He had to work multiple jobs, etc., etc. So he was drinking energy drinks to keep himself living, and it caused him to have the brain aneurysm, where they had to.
And then he was fine after that.
And then he was fine after that. Are you slightly blinded right now by how bright the sun is?
So bright
coming
and
through.
so hot. In 4 seconds.
So
pull the blinds right now, or I need to go to the hospital.
Little insider baseball for everyone.
Shit.
We are back recording at my apartment currently.
Yeah.
No longer in Henson House.
Mm-hmm. A house for sick cats.
Come on.
Come on. There you go.
Do they all turn? Sometimes they don't all turn. And also, I hate the pizza.
Oh, God. Okay. We're better.
I lived through it. We are no longer at House Henson. We are currently back in the OG. No, not even the OG. The third G.
Yeah. What do you
5G?
do? What do you do with multiple? You know, we're in the 5G.
We're in the
house.
5G.
Bill Gates
recording.
is tracking us.
Yeah. So they had to, after this guy had his brain aneurysm, they had to remove a large portion of the front of his skull.
Like, it looked like a full frontal and skull lobotomy.
Yeah.
Like giant, like the whole front part of his
From
dome.
the top of your brow to like the
Almost
middle
halfway,
of your head. And it
Gone.
was just like a dent.
A dent.
And also put him in a wheelchair, and his wife now has to look after him. And I turned to Scott and said, Scott, should we stop drinking energy drinks?
I said no. And also, key detail left out of the story. How many energy drinks is too many energy drinks?
And also, they didn't state specifically that the energy drinks were the cause of the brain aneurysm.
But they
could have just been a factor in the brain aneurysm.
Sure.
So he only kind of got fucked up from them. They should have sued Monster Energy, or I'm assuming a cheaper brand for white trash. Perhaps a Joker brand, or a what are the other? I guess probably Red Bull, but Red Bull's the most expensive one.
Rain.
That's owned by the Mountain of Game of Thrones, and I'll ask you to please leave Thor Bjornsson's name out of your mouth. Thank you very much.
Withdrawn, Your Honor.
He's got Bell's palsy like you.
Does he?
Although his is way worse than yours. Your face only kind of looks fucked up. His looks
real fucked up. Yeah. I came out of it okay.
Yeah, you don't really have any symptoms anymore. I feel like you used to have a little bit of lingering ones, but now you're kind of fine.
I'm kind of fine. I feel like one side of my mouth doesn't do as much as the other side. My left was
my right.
My left, your right.
A woman's right.
Camera right.
Camera right.
Camera right was the paralyzed side. And yeah, I feel like it doesn't do quite as much as the other side. I think
maybe a little.
My right, camera left is doing the heavy lifting facially.
Is that because you stare at yourself on stream when you're doing Drunken Peasants? Then you're just sort of like,
yeah.
God, look at my dumb face.
They get super self-conscious. I think eventually I'll just be able to cover everything in facial hair, and then it won't matter.
That's fair. I would watch or listen to or watch, whatever you want to call it, an episode of that. But why would I support my friends and the things that they do? That doesn't make any sense.
Seems crazy.
It seems stupid. But I imagine
you can watch the 1000th episode, which I'll be doing live this Thursday, as of the airing of this.
There you go.
So check out the I'll plug it. Check out the 1000th episode of Drunken Peasants on YouTube, Thursday, February 24th. Probably around 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Pacific Standard
Time, not Pacific Daylight Time, because it's not that time yet. But actually, it's almost gonna. God
close.
Damn. We just got that hour. Then they're gonna take the hour away.
Yep.
God fucking damn it.
Time flies when you're not having fun.
That's true.
Time flies when you're depressed and sad and want to kill yourself.
Very true. But there'll be a bunch
I wouldn't know because I'm awesome, but I understand.
Of course, but other people, other sad people, must be tough for them. Yeah, there'll be a bunch of regular guests there live in studio. Honestly, too many. I feel like it's going to be crowded and annoying, but don't let that deter you from watching. I will be there. Adam will be there. Jeff Holiday will be there. I think Hannibal and Monty are flying in there from, I don't know, one of the black states.
Hannibal TV?
Hannibal TV, noted cool guy. No, much better Hannibal, but not as good as Mads Mikkelsen Hannibal. Worse than Mads Mikkelsen, better than the wrestler who tried to murder a referee.
What about Perez?
Same as Bress.
Oh, okay. Because
Okay.
I got you.
Don't make me say it.
No, I feel you.
Same tier as Bress.
Same tone as Bress.
Yeah. So it should be fun. And last time I was live in studio, I got to chop Billy 10 times. And there's a rumor, hasn't been talked about for a minute, but there is a rumor that someone else on who will be there at the show wants me to chop them 10 times so they can take it better than Billy did and make Billy sad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've heard.
But in theory...
And I'm happy to oblige.
In theory, Bill has taken chops before.
Yes.
But I guess he was much heftier.
Yeah.
So taking them probably hurt less.
And he also hasn't taken them in probably close to 15 years.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So was a little out of practice. But we were going to do it, and he's like, yeah, just give me the 10 all in a row. And then I got to maybe 4 or 5, and he's like, we need to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely been at birthday parties where
birthday chops.
Yeah, that was like a real big thing for us as a group where whenever it was somebody's birthday, everybody would line up and you all got one chop on the person for their birthday. But then it became sort of a thing in my non-wrestling group of friends that they would always want myself and a friend of the show, Kelly Summers, to chop them.
Yeah.
But as soon as whoever the first one of Kelly or I to go, and I will openly admit that like I don't have great chops. I have okay chops. Kelly has good chops.
Yes.
But not great chops.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of mine were like big show overhand, like straight up and down, bam. So whichever one of us would do the chop first, the other one usually didn't get to do their chop.
Instant regret.
Because it was immediately like, oh, fuck, no, I'm not doing another
asked.
one. And so there were very few of our friends that actually got through both. Darren P. took both, like a champ, which I was very surprised by.
Good for him.
Cam took both, but then whined about it for the rest of the party.
I thought you were going to say for like the rest of the year.
Maybe it could have been the rest of the year, but yeah, the rest of the party, he just whined and complained. Yeah. And all of our other friends took one or none.
Or zero.
Like, they would get their shirt off, and like Kelly...
And as soon as you're like warming up the hand...
Well, like, Kelly would go to them, and he would push his shoulders back, and he would
chin up.
Like, he would lift their chin up.
Yep.
And when he would lift their chin up to square himself up, then they would go, no, I'm done.
This is a bad idea.
Yeah. So, I mean, anyone who has never taken a wrestling style chop to the chest, and you think you can take it, you can't. Like, even seasoned professionals that take them all the time, they still hurt like a motherfucker.
They still hurt.
They still hurt.
I think one of the best I've ever thrown anywhere, and P.S. I'm a pretty good chopper.
You do have good chops.
Yeah.
The only problem with you is that you do have gauntlets. So unless you want to take them off,
which I did do sometimes,
is a spot. But yeah, you do have good chops.
Yeah, I do, and I am getting new hand wrist things made with chopping in mind, because the ones I have, I like the look of the ones I have. The ones I have look good. They're like fingerless gloves, but the glove goes to like mid forearm, and it's tiger print on the top, white on the bottom with beans on the palm. Looks really good, but it's kind of thick, so I can't get, like, I'm not making a lot of skin to skin contact with a chop,
and the material really just absorbs.
It absorbs a lot. So if I do it, even if I do like a really good chop, it's kind of a thump and not a big slap. So I'm getting ones. I showed the guy making them, like, I like the look of these, but I want a chop. I want people to hear the chop. Yeah. So do what you can. So I might actually be getting those when I go down for Drunken Peasants next week. So we'll have a look and see if he didn't fuck them up.
They got a little zipper around the palm that you can just pull
when
it
it's
down.
chopping time. I like that. But I think one of the best chops I've ever done in any scenario, like in a match or not, but certainly not in a match, it was early in Kelly's tenure at 3-2-1 Battle, and when he was early in it, we didn't like him that much, and maybe
I don't think we hated him.
We didn't hate him. We never hated him.
He was annoying.
Yeah. So,
and also kind of bad.
Yeah. And
shout out to friend of the show, Rook.
Yeah, who by the way, we like now and it's cool.
Yeah, we like now.
Yeah, we just, and I don't know. I don't even think if you happen to be listening, I don't even think it's your fault. I don't think you particularly made a bad first impression. I don't know. Anyway,
you're just a new guy that was kind of like too overzealous.
Maybe you were too enthusiastic.
And we were just
something.
like, oh, who's this fucking guy?
That, you know what? That's what you get for caring.
Yeah. That's what you get for trying to impress the new people you're going to be consistently working with.
So yeah, it was quite early into him being there, and it was after a show, and it came out that it was his birthday. Oh, or maybe like it was his birthday at midnight.
Yeah.
And so as the show was over, it came out that it was his birthday, and that he agreed to birthday chops.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. And a good chunk of people lined up. People hit some good ones. Al was right in front of me and hit a really, really good one. Al's a good chopper. And
Al's a very good chopper.
And a big guy. He got some heft behind those chops. Yes. And then I went, and then I don't know, maybe Rook had even annoyed me that day or something. But I just absolutely laid it in. It was so, and it was in the locker room, so it like the sound bounced off of every wall in the locker room. It was deafening. It was and he crumpled. And I don't know, in my head I think I was the last shot, but I probably actually wasn't, but it didn't matter. After I had done mine, someone else did one, and it was fine. But one of the hardest shots I've ever done. Just absolutely ruined Rook Kelly's birthday.
I think the only hard ones really, well, but I think my favorite chopping related thing is with CJ, when we were doing the fucking around the horn and he kept covering up. That was a good, but like because I used to have to do that spot all the fucking time, and which I was actually kind of fine with, because most people would either throw shit chops, or like once you're kind of like the adrenaline's going, you don't. It
doesn't
really
matter
feel
so much,
much. And it depends who you're doing it with, because like when we did it in Chicago, you and Chewy were on my team, so I didn't have to take chops from you and Chewy,
so two of the worst choppers,
probably the two worst choppers there.
You.
So I was like, oh fucking, this is great. Like the only person that threw hard chops was Dan.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was like Dan, Steve, and Josh.
Yeah.
Then it was B Snow, Rick, and
Craig?
Devin Bliss.
Or Devin Bliss. Yeah.
And then the other team was Craig, Castro, and Alex Owlson.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, none of them threw good chops.
No.
And Steve was very nice with his chops. And Josh's were whatever. But Dan's were very hard.
Yeah.
But, so I was going, and, like, I have no reason why. But, like, because at the time, still friends with Dan. So, like, you know, not that hard to Dan, not that hard to Steve, a little hard to Josh.
Oh, and then you nailed someone?
No, not really hard to Rick, and then fucking B Snow. For whatever reason. I have nothing against Brandon Snow at all. Yeah. But I was just like, fuck it. And I just hit him as hard as I fucking
wailed on him.
Like, and my arm hurt afterwards because I hit him. And I did it every time I went around. I would only hit him as hard as I could, because I was like, whatever, I gotta hit somebody.
Gotta smash someone.
Yeah, like, I'm like,
might as well be this nice, Dan's quiet, unassuming guy.
Dan's my friend, Steve's my friend, Josh is my friend. I'm fine with these guys.
I don't know them that well.
Yeah, and like the Chicago guys I like. Yeah. So I was just like, well, I gotta pick somebody, and like, you're the one I'm gonna hit.
Sorry, pal.
Like, I had met Rick before.
Yeah.
I had met Bliss before. I don't know if I had met B Snow before. Was B Snow in Pittsburgh?
I think so.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe I didn't. But I was like, yeah, like whatever. Gonna hit somebody. So he was my one target. I swung for the goddamn fences on that one. I was trying to hurt him. But yeah, birthday chops are great. But I mean, yeah, it depends on who you're doing it to, because there's definitely a lot of people that bitch out as soon as they like get hit once.
Oh, yeah, that's, I mean, for, anyone not wrestling related, that's pretty much the norm. Yeah. Is thinking, like, this can't be so bad, taking one and then never wanting one again for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I think it's really fun when you get to prove to non-wrestling friends, like, how much it fucking sucks. Yeah. They just have no idea how much, like, most things hurt.
Here's how much tougher I am than you. It would blow your mind. Yeah. Relative to me, what an incredible pussy you are.
Yeah, like, you might be tougher than me in a fight, but I can take a chop and, like, Sometimes, like, if you know, right now, maybe not because it's been 2 years since I had a fucking match. But in the past, like when I'm wrestling consistently, I take a chop and like I don't have to sell it. But
yeah.
Right now, maybe I would sell it. But like once you get like worked in a bunch and you take a whole bunch of chops, it's whatever. But like, yeah, I could take 10 or 15 chops from the same person, just like bam, 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 and you can't even take one from me who throws bad chops.
Yeah.
Like...
Since we're on the topic, should we talk about wrestling newsmaker Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, we can talk about noted coward and sack of shit, Cody Rhodes.
Noted likable guy.
Very likable.
He and his wife both well liked by their peers.
Everyone likes them.
Yep.
They're very chill. They're not super opinionated.
So, general overview for people who don't know.
Which should be most of our audience because they all love the wrestling.
They love the wrestling.
They tune into this podcast for wrestling, which is funny because it started out as a wrestling podcast.
This has been a wrestling podcast for longer than anything else.
That is correct.
Every non-wrestling podcast, any movie podcast, any just general discussion podcast you get, that is a treat for you. That is us going against the grain. This is at its core a wrestling podcast.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So stop being babies about it is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you fucking cowards.
In fact, go back and count the number of non-wrestling podcasts we've done.
But only as the worst year of our lives.
Okay.
Before...
Sure. Yeah.
It's all over the fucking map.
Yeah. Go back and count the number of non-wrestling podcasts we've done, and then send us $1 for every one of those. Fair?
$1 American. United States dollars.
I don't want any Czech kroner.
I don't want any yen.
People
even
have tried
they
that
control
shit.
Our money.
I want 46 billion won. Because I'm a Squid Game man, which I ran the numbers. That converts to $100. I think those guys were going pretty hard in Squid Game for $100. Yep. Unless cost of living is way lower.
Never going to be able to buy a couple mansions here and not live in them with that kind of money.
That's not Korea. Leave Korea alone.
They're all the same.
Leave Britney alone.
Leave Britney alone. Chris Crocker. Everyone we couldn't remember his name.
Now we can.
Always.
Now he's all we think about is Chris Crocker, which I feel like Chris Crocker maybe I'm just making it up. Did he go a different direction after Leave Britney Alone? Did he did he either go full trans or alt-right and fascist haircut?
Yeah, he started going trans.
Yeah.
Then just went back to being a gay man.
Okay.
Did gay porn.
Nice.
And then I think just became a
and now is
YouTuber.
and now is happily married with a wife and kids.
I'll tell you in a second. Chris Crocker.
And was briefly the lead singer for Soundgarden? No, that was Chris Cornell.
That's Chris Cornell.
That's right.
Nope. Full on trans.
Christine Crocker.
Now goes by Kara Cunningham.
Didn't even keep the last name.
Nope.
That's how molested he was.
Yikes. Do you have Instagram?
You know when you get rid of the last name, something happened at home.
Yeah, you're not okay.
I promise.
I promise you're not okay. Is this even Chris Crocker? Or is it...
You better not have led me astray with your fake news. Drew, this isn't the fake news. That's CNN.
Oh, MSNBC. Yep. This is... No.
God damn it.
Full on trans.
The second you said MSNBC, I don't like the way my brain works anymore, because it didn't used to be like this, but now it is. The second you said MSNBC, the phrase "my sweet be callin'" scrolled through my head. That's what MSNBC stands for now. My sweet neighbor be callin'.
So this is Chris Crocker now.
Pretty lady.
A lot of Botox.
A lot of Botox.
Some face surgery.
A lot of jaw feminization.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Wonder if she still cries as much.
Yeah, there is actually a
Probably.
video. There is a video.
Probably more. Oh, look.
Crying.
I mean, if you have a thing, do your thing. I respect that.
Crying happily, though. Because she got her legal name changed to Cara Vivian Cunningham.
I like Vivian.
And now has official, like, social card, ID, birth certificate, etc., etc.
And now can
Vivian,
use...
just like Kelly's middle name.
That's true. Now can use any bathroom in North Carolina she wants. Except the one she wants to. Look, you can use any bathroom except that one. But that's what gender I did. No. No.
You're going to go in there and you're going to try and touch other men's dicks. You're not allowed in there.
It's such a long way to go.
It really is.
I want to meet the one guy who did that. Like that's
the one guy
who ruined it for every trans person forever.
The one guy who found a loophole in the system.
He's like, huh. If I cut my dick off and then make a big fuss.
Cut my dick off.
So people let me go in the women's washroom.
Just so I can touch.
Then I can look at tits.
Yeah, that's a long way to go, but
Such a long way to go. Well, you know what? It's the same thing. You know when you see a crazy warning sign?
Yep.
There's a reason that sign's up.
Yeah. Please do not do this.
Please,
this is not for this.
Please do not fuck the dogs.
Like, well, somebody fucked the dog at some point.
Well, that's what you get for putting the dog park next to Pier 1 Imports. I'm like, where do white women go? Cody Rhodes. Short story is that Cody Rhodes was in the WWE, and he's the son of legendary wrestler Dusty Rhodes, who I would describe as an all-time fat, one of the great fat athletes of all time. Fathlete, garbage body since day one. It's not like he started in shape and got fat in his later years. Always fat. Amazing promo, multi-time world champion. Just a big fat piece of shit. So that's his father. He had medium success in WWE. Am I being generous?
You're being generous.
He was in WWE.
He had the Intercontinental title once and the tag titles maybe twice.
Yeah. He had a mustache for a while.
Had a broken face for a while.
Thanks
for
a while.
Mysterio.
Yep. That's about it.
And then he got stuck doing a character that he absolutely fucking hated and was miserable and vocal about how miserable he was within the company.
Yeah, and he eventually left, which at the time was pretty rare for people who had only come up through the WWE system. Guys who start in WWE, they're either WWE for life, or if they're fired, they never wrestle again.
They stop wrestling.
Because they don't understand wrestling. Because the WWE is this weird insular bubble.
Yeah. And it's just a different style of everything. Yeah. So just going
And in most other promotions, like, you have to be good at wrestling, which is not a thing.
Going out into the indies, you're like not going to be able to just do what you were doing.
Yeah.
You'd have to adapt. And I think a lot of the people that are developmental wrestlers don't actually like wrestling.
Yeah.
So, like, they're not going to go out and be like, oh, sick, I get to go out and have, like, a technical battle with so-and-so, like, whatever. It's like, oh, I don't get to, like, take soft bumps and only work for 6 minutes? Like, no thanks.
Which is mostly posing.
Yeah. Yeah, like, playing to the crowd
I have to hit all my marks on my entrance.
Yeah.
Is, like, the big thing.
And if
they practice their entrances. Yep. That is so fucking embarrassing.
And if one spot goes wrong, I don't know how to adjust on the fly, so I just have to do it.
What do you mean?
Even if it's not working perfectly.
What do you mean improvise?
What do you mean I'm a woman and my brain's smaller?
That's why they make half.
Or 75% or...
Whatever it is, it's too much.
It's too much.
So Cody Rhodes did.
Oh my God!
You know what? I got the COVID.
Great.
Cody Rhodes.
Good thing I can't get it.
I can't get it either. So, I think we glossed over that. So, so you have had multiple COVID exposures at work.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad that we kept our theme of neither one of us being able to stay on task for anything.
Look, we got 3 subjects sort of on the go at once. Yeah. We're doing our best. Multiple COVID exposures at work.
Oh, yeah. Like every fucking week, I have to have a conversation with one of the managers like, so you had exposure. We're really sorry. If you have symptoms, stay home. And I keep saying, you don't need to apologize. It's not your fucking fault. But also, I'm going to use this to my advantage.
Absolutely. But then you also had COVID exposure at home.
At home.
With the person you live with.
Yes.
And still also didn't get it. Because a few people have mentioned, like, does Drew have COVID again? I'm like, he's never had it.
I never had it.
He's had you did have another illness during COVID.
Yeah.
But it wasn't COVID. Yeah. Like, it's funny because
yeah,
in general, you have a very weak constitution and get sick all the time. But somehow, you're incapable of getting COVID.
Maybe not anymore. Maybe I toughened up. Maybe all those leg punches worked.
Maybe all that punching
Toughening
yourself
up my thighs actually toughened up my immune system.
Toughened you up.
Yeah.
So are you an unbreakable now?
Maybe. I better stay away from puddles. And I better stay away from puddles and people I don't recognize.
Spoilers for glass.
Yeah. But yeah, I had a really bad cold that I had some minor and then major COVID side effects from, like losing my taste. But then took a COVID test and it was negative.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay. And I told them my symptoms and they were like, yeah, I mean, those are COVID symptoms, but they could also just be a cold.
Yeah.
So then turns out I just had a very fucking bad cold. Mm-hmm. I got better. And then, I got exposed to it by someone who lives in this apartment. And
rude.
Both of us are triple vaxxed. So
brag. I'm thinking
the vaccine does nothing.
I'm thinking
the vaccine killed Betty White.
Thanks, Hulk Hogan. I'm thinking about getting vaccinated. I think, you know what? This seems like almost a pandemic. I think the few people who have done it so far might be on the right track. I'm not committing to anything.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about getting vaccinated.
There are absolutely listeners.
Or taking horse medicine.
Oh, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Just don't say anything racist like 12 years ago, or else your episodes will get.
Oh, that's the bad thing. Yeah. Not endangering a nation with misinformation.
Yeah. There are absolutely people listening to this episode right now that are not vaccinated and will never get vaccinated.
Yep.
And now they're feeling personally attacked, and they're going to come after us.
But they in their hearts know that they're actually the coolest listeners, so they. they'll get over it very quickly.
Not to get on the fourth tangent of what we're fucking talking about.
Let me write that down.
But it's weird. I've come around quite far as
the right of the political spectrum.
Yeah. So before I was super conscious about not going out, not getting exposure, staying away from everything, masks all the time, all the fucking time.
We didn't kiss for 4 months.
We did not kiss for 4 fucking months.
Yeah.
And
crazy.
And then when we
and then we devised a podcast where we kiss every episode.
That is true. That is true.
Check the timeline.
No kisses to only kisses.
Yep.
But at the same time, so now that we're 2 fucking years into this,
yeah,
my views on things have changed. I would think significantly.
Plandemic or scamdemic? You be the judge.
Plandemic. No, I still view myself very much far left.
I'm dangerously far left.
I'm
so far left, you might say I've gone all the way around the spectrum to right.
You're so far left that you won't even listen to anything that casts a shadow.
I'm left in the way that China is left.
The real left.
China, communist, left. That's my kind of left.
There you go. That's true.
Also, they're not communist.
No.
Like, I don't know how they get away with... Like, you're a capitalist dictatorship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you not seen the people in Vancouver driving around with their minivans protesting the capitalists in China and get them out of power and et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm very much a left-sided, like 100% on every major view,
except the.
Oh, what?
Well, yeah, I guess except Israel and my joke is always I am super far left on everything except the forced execution of the mentally disabled. Everything else super left. And on that one, I'm a little Texasy. I'm a little Texasy on that one.
Or Germany. Germany does that, don't they?
I guess Germany was forced. Texas just is okay with doing it if they do a crime. If they shoplift, they'll gas them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, or whatever they're doing these days. I don't know. Firing squad.
Yeah.
P.S. Firing squad, most humane style of execution.
Huh.
Yeah. It's the most brutal.
Yeah.
Which is why we don't do it.
Right.
But electric chair and lethal injection are way worse for the person getting executed.
What about death by snoo-snoo?
That's the one. I mean, if we could work out the logistics, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I would choose death by snoo-snoo.
But anyway.
That is the warrior's death.
The warrior's death. But anyway, you were saying how you're a communist.
I'm a communist. I'm a demon. But I don't know, the longer this goes on, and it just doesn't seem like now, okay, don't get me wrong, like, having the people we have in charge, this is a better case scenario than what we would have had like, let's say, a more conservative person was in charge, or a more right-sided person was in charge. But I feel like they're not even taking it seriously anymore.
Kind of.
Like, it's to the point where there are signs on like every building you go into, or transit, or they're saying like masks only. You can't enter this establishment without a mask. You can't do this without a mask. But then people go in without it, and they don't do anything. They don't do anything. Like, people come into my store all the time, and we're supposed to like phone the managers.
You're supposed to tell on them.
You're supposed to tattle on them. And you say like, "Hey, there's somebody walking around without a mask," and they come out, and like all you have to do is say, "I have a medical exemption." They're like, "Okay." And then they go back, and they come over to you. They're like, "Yeah, they have a medical exemption." They're like, "Okay, well, you don't have to fucking prove anything."
No. Also,
if they said, "I'm not putting a mask on," they're not going to do anything.
No,
they don't stop you from walking around without the mask on. So,
and also, like, as far as the medical exemption thing is so fucking dumb. Like, how many people legitimately are able to walk around fine, totally fine, but also somehow putting a mask
like
on,
a slight hindrance,
a
over
slight
your
layer
airways
of fabric somehow endangers your health. It
prevents them from being able to walk.
Yeah.
Like, they collapse to the ground.
That's like 2 people on Earth.
Yes. And those people aren't allowed to leave their home.
Yeah.
Because exposure to the
those
outside
people are in
world
bubbles.
Will kill them. Yeah, it's Bubble Boy. It's fucking Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's Jake Gyllenhaal. His bravest role.
So, yeah, like, that's the thing. Is like, liberals are such like fucking cowards. That they're like, these are the rules, but if you don't follow them, we're too afraid to enforce them, so please follow them.
I mean, that's the thing since day one. The left are cowards and the right are cheaters.
Yeah.
It's basically...
Yeah.
So, like, cheaters and evil.
Yeah. But they're so afraid of they're afraid of confrontation is what it is.
Yeah.
They're afraid that if they're going to say someone, you can't do this without wearing a mask, that they're going to be like, "Oh, you're fucking telling me what to do?" And like, "Oh, please don't. I can't." No. Like, it's that's the thing. Is like, literally at this point, just like, you can't, if you're not going to implement the same rules for everyone, then you have to remove everything. Like,
Yeah.
if I was given the option to not wear a mask at work, I might choose not to.
Yeah, you said you're just about done with
Well, I
wearing
mean,
a
the
mask
thing is
at
that
work.
there's so many people that come in that don't even wear them.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm outside. I'm, like, I'm interacting with enough people. It's not necessarily a death sentence anymore.
Yeah.
You still, like, obviously, I still want to go. I want to go through this and at the end be like, I never fucking got it.
Yeah.
I want to be one of the 1% that gets to look down on everybody
you
else
dummies.
and be like, you fucking losers all got COVID, and I was out here kissing babies, sucking dicks,
Yep.
doing whatever the fuck I wanted, and I never fucking got it.
Sucking babies, kissing dicks.
Kissing dicks. Like, that's what I want at the end of the day. So I think there's part of me that is sort of like moving more towards the center, just because, like, if you're gonna be such fucking cowards that can't implement guidelines and make people follow them, like,
Then what's the point?
Like, I take the SkyTrain and the bus every morning, and on all the windows and inside the bus and on all of the stuff inside the station on the SkyTrain, it says masks are mandatory
At all
on
times.
transit
Yeah.
at all times. And there are transit police, or sky pigs as we call them,
Nice.
on the trains with people who aren't wearing masks.
Sky pig.
So, like, what's the fucking point? You have people there that are supposed to implement, hey, mask or get out, and they're not doing it. So then why do we even have the fucking mask thing? If it's not going to be for everyone, then why do we have it at all? Who's it helping if, like, maybe not half, but like 40% of the population isn't going to follow it and doesn't have to follow it, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
If people are going to get COVID, they're going to get COVID. And if it's going to get spread around, it's going to get spread around. And if it's just going to be like the common flu all the time, then let's just fucking move on. People get colds. They get the flu. They get strep throat. They get fucking kissing disease. They get all that stuff.
They get mono. They get TB. They get radiation poisoning.
Yeah.
They get AIDS.
They get VD.
They get VD.
So, like, it's just a sickness. So
Vietnam dick.
Vietnam dick. Is that where you put your dick in an underage boy?
That's Thailand dick.
That's Thailand.
Vietnam dick is when you have rice noodles coming out of it.
Gross.
I got the vermicelli.
Well, that's Drew's political right corner for the episode.
Yep, excellent. A fun new segment of the show.
Fun new segment where I become my father.
Yep. I do like Drew becomes his dad corner.
Although I will say that my dad was definitely very much more of a centralist or center-leaning right growing up, like my entire life.
Yeah.
But now that he's older and retired, I think he's
Is he getting lefter?
He's a
Yeah.
little more left, for sure. Like, he's definitely...
Like, he doesn't wear his white knight's hat so much anymore.
I don't even know where the White Knight's hat
Oh,
is. I
my
think it might be gone.
goodness.
But also,
Sad.
like, my uncle's gay, Breg, and when
Michael's straight.
oh, that sucks for you.
And was born on Hitler's birthday.
Nice. 420, baby.
420.
And like when I was a baby, my dad definitely told my mom not to let my uncle hold me because he might give me AIDS. And I mean, to be fair, it was the 80s.
And he was right to say it.
And that's why I have AIDS.
That's why I got AIDS as a baby, from my gay uncle.
But like now my dad is like, way more like friendly, social, like engaging with my uncle. Whereas before he was like a little standoffish. And,
right.
And my, he's a lot more open to just like, I don't know. The
Having sex with your uncle?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's not his brother.
Yeah, no.
So,
it's his brother-in-law, right?
Brother-in-law.
Great.
But he's a lot more open to like progressive ideas.
Yeah.
Like he's a lot more of a relaxed, like normal thinking human being.
Yeah.
So maybe all
like how about let's just pick a random subject. How about voting for Chinese people? Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Cool.
Nellie Shen. Shout out to Nellie Shen.
Shout out to Member of Parliament or Member of Legislative Assembly? MLA.
Yeah. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to start out left-wing my whole life.
And
as I get older, I'm going to
right.
creep over like a bunch of his friends who all started out as like potheads in the 80s.
Like you're going the wrong direction across the Berlin Wall.
Yeah. I'm putting bricks back up.
You're sneaking into East Germany.
Yeah. I'm sneaking into East Germany and rebuilding the wall from that side.
Because you think everyone in West Germany's gay.
Yep. Listen to the music. Yeah.
True.
The dancing, the
Too
music.
much techno.
Too much techno. Too
Nobody
much David Hasselhoff.
Nobody listens to techno.
That is true.
Moby?
Moby.
Gets stomped by Obi.
Yeah.
Real names, no gimmicks.
Oh, Trice.
Can't fool me again.
Maybe your best tweet ever.
It was good. I think it's my most popular.
It's maybe your best tweet ever. Okay, back to Cody.
Back to Cody Rhodes.
Being a fucking coward.
So he left WWE and then went on the indies and had success on the indies, but not because of how good a wrestler he was.
We got to see him have a real bad match at Bola.
We did see him. He had one of the worst matches at Bola.
No.
What did Cody
Evan
do?
Bourne? No.
Ciampa?
Yeah. Before he signed the E.
Yeah. So yeah, Cody Rhodes was and always will be a mediocre wrestler.
Mr. 3 stars.
He's the 3-star match machine. But his calling that he found like immediately upon leaving WWE was he realized he was good at marketing himself. And that's what he did. And to his credit, he did a fantastic job with that. He was the first notepad list of people I want to wrestle posted on Twitter and Instagram, right? Like that was he pioneered that.
He made that list of all the people he wanted to. You know what? I'm going to find that list and see how many of them he did.
I think a lot.
Well, probably a lot, but I don't know if he did all of them.
And so he immediately started getting booked by all like the big indies, and then like weaseled his way into New Japan, the biggest promotion in Japan, which at the time was super hot, like the hottest New Japan had ever been. Are you counting who he did and didn't? Let's take a look. Tell us about the list.
So he's got Adam Cole. No,
he must have.
I don't think so. When would they have been in the
Ring of Honor?
But they will both.
I guess they were both heels.
They were both BC, baby.
I'll try to check some while you go through.
Adam Cole, Dalton Castle,
did. Yeah.
Bola did. Kurt Angle didn't.
Did not.
Hero did not.
No, probably not.
Just the Miracle. Is that Mike Bennett?
Probably, and probably did in Ring of Honor.
I don't know, maybe. No, because Bennett was kind of in WWE for a lot of the Cody in the Ring of Honor time, wouldn't he been?
No.
Well,
that was later.
When did Bennett sign it? Not like I care, but...
I don't know, like 2019?
Moose. He wrestled Moose.
Probably.
Pat Buck.
I think they did somewhere in just some Northeast something.
The streamer thing. So have streamers
I think just do streams.
Young Bucks, which they did because they did him and Dustin versus Young Bucks, didn't they?
They did that, and they did. I think they did him and Omega versus Young Bucks.
Yeah, maybe
in New Japan. Did Cody wrestled Adam Cole for the NEW Heavyweight title on May 26, 2017.
Okay. Cool story, bro.
Happy to do it.
Then you got Trevor Lee.
Might have.
Maybe. He's really picking...
Cody Rhodes wrestled Chris Hero at Evolve.
Okay.
August 20th, 2016. And then again somewhere else that nobody watched.
Okay.
But I think he did a lot of these and we don't know about it. What was the other...
Because they were in nowhere fucking feds. Trevor Lee.
I'm just checking on Moose, and he did.
Yeah, I think I can remember that happening because no one gave a shit about it.
Trevor Lee. Forever.
Big
Yep.
Trev.
Oh, how could we have forgot? Okay.
Bola?
No, but they did have a PWG match, but the first one that came up was from for the BPW title in Barnesville, Georgia. I'm like, how did we forget that match?
Of course.
But they did also work in PWG.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Katsuyori Shibata.
That would have been tight.
Yeah.
Because he only left in 2016, and Shibata had his brain removed in
Because he drank too many energy
spring
drinks.
2017. However, they were on opposite sides of a tag 6 weeks before Shibata's brain fell out.
There you go.
Jay Lethal and Shibata against Cody and Hangman Page.
Well, Lethal was ROH champion, probably.
Yeah, it was
during their
it was one of the
promotional shit.
The ROH/New Japan in Japan shows.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Personal ring announcer, which I assume Brandy must have done.
Yeah.
And Roderick Strong.
I'm sure he did Roderick. So did he do everyone?
Yes,
he didn't
did.
do Roderick Strong. That's
Oh.
the one that got away.
Well, and
I guess Roddy got signed quite quickly because Roddy was signed in 2017.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
So is Roddy the only one?
Roddy's the only one.
Wow. He did it. So yeah, so he made a big list of people he wanted to wrestle and everyone got excited about. Then every other fucking indie lame-o copied him and did the same thing, which was embarrassing. And so he worked all the big, major independent promotions and got in with the Elite / Bullet Club, your Young Bucks and Kenny Omegas and Adam Pages and
keep going.
I don't know who else founded fucking AEW.
Who's that guy that I wrestle as?
Drew, Kitty Cat.
He likes young girls.
Oh, Kenny Omega. People like weird like Omega and AEW haters. They're like, Kenny Omega was with Riho when she was underage. I'm like,
also Riho was the little girl he wrestled.
Oh, Riho was I'm like, he's gay.
He's a gay man.
If you're gonna say mean things about him, make them accurate. Call him a queermo, but don't say he was with underage girls.
Oh, maybe.
Marty Squirrel, but he didn't found AEW. I was talking.
Oh, I thought you meant.
I knew. There's other elite guys, and wasn't in that group, but Chris Jericho also was one of the.
Why too gay?
I would argue you could never be too gay, except Kenny Omega, too gay. And yeah, so then they, along with son of a billionaire, Tony Khan.
Son of a gun.
Former Death Valley driver, message board poster, Tony Khan.
Yep.
Founded AEW, the first legitimate competition to WWE in 20 years.
I mean, unless you count Global Force, but...
I
count Global
There
Force.
is always Global Force Wrestling. And and then has been a founding member and an integral-ish part of the show since it started in 2019. And AEW's been doing great and growing and increasing in the ratings and profits. And their next TV deal, whenever I think that doesn't come up till 2024, but they should get a big new deal and they can spend even more money, which is great. But in all this time, his first fatal mistake was he was in a feud with Chris Jericho for the title.
Yeah. And
for some dumbass reason, decided to add the stipulation, if I don't win this challenge for the title, I will never, ever challenge for the title again. And this is in a... because if that happened in WWE, he'd be challenging for it the next month. But this is in a promotion that actually wants to be honest to the fans and stick to stipulations and all that. So he lost and did in fact never challenge for the title again. So now there's an element to him that you can never fully get behind because no matter what crazy win streak he goes on or anything, he's never going to get a title shot. So he can only plateau to a certain level. They created a secondary title, which he won, I don't know, 100 times.
Yeah, like,
3, I think.
13, 14.
Yeah.
Just putting himself over because he needed to have the title.
But as time went on, there was a weird thing about all of his segments on the TV show where it felt different and was weirdly detached from the rest of the show. And even people within the company called it, like, whenever you were involved in it, they called it entering the Codyverse, because it was this weird thing that, and Cody, like, booked all the stuff himself because he had booking privileges, and he's an executive VP of the promotion with the other founders. And I think people people within the company started to not enjoy it, and certainly the fans started to not enjoy it. And the fans, at a point, just collectively decided to fully turn on Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah, like 100%.
Now, the turn was around the time he got an unironic neck tattoo, which he thought was the last year, like, there have been these little bits and pieces and clues that keep getting more and more obvious that Cody is a weird, delusional guy. Yeah. Like, he got a neck tattoo of, like, his logo with, like, the American flag, like, right on his...
And, like, not small.
It's his whole...
The whole side of his
right
head. His
neck.
His jugular.
Yeah. So, and not for an ironic thing, not for some heel thing he was doing. Even those things would be extreme reasons to do that. Yeah, yeah. But he
just genuinely.
This is because he thought it was sick.
Yeah.
And then. So we got that, and then also that, though I think the one thing that really sealed it was that ill-fated feud with Anthony Ogogo.
Yeah.
Where he cut this, like, weird rah America evil foreigners promo against a white British guy. White-ish.
He's black.
He's all the way black?
He's all the way black. He's just light-skinned black.
I think I'm confusing him with the other guy.
P. Marshall?
No, who's the other guy? One more. Nick Camarado. That's who I...
Who's Italian and, like, darker skin.
That's actually 100% who I was thinking of. I don't think I've ever seen Anthony Ogogo.
Oh, well,
he's just a black guy?
He's a blackish man.
Okay, all the better. So
Anthony Ogopogo. That's his name. Don't wear it out.
He's a monster in, he is black. Yeah, I was definitely thinking, I somehow, I thought I had...
This is going to be racist, isn't it?
No, it's actually not. I just had one picture of a guy in my head, and it was Nick Camarado, but that guy is both Nick Camarado and Anthony Ogogo. He is both people.
Okay.
He's all things to all people. So Cody did, like, just a weird fucking promo that really turned a lot of people off. And then I think the feud went nowhere because Ogogo, like, immediately, like, broke his orbital bone in training. It wasn't even a fight, was it?
No, it was training.
Yeah. And then
he
hasn't been back since.
He went back to the UK.
Yeah.
And now he can't get out of the UK, I think. He's stuck in the UK. Or Europe or whatever.
Hashtag scamdemic.
Yeah. Plandemic or whatever. Yeah, I don't know how you're getting them confused because they look.
It's because I've never seen the other one.
Right. Because, like, they don't even look remotely the same.
No, I know. It's not like I'm confusing their looks. I've only seen one look, but I decided he was both people.
Fair.
Yeah. So, and it's just been going on, and then Cody sort of started leaning into it a bit, and, like, literally saying on TV, I'm never going to turn heel, which is... But heel is bad guy, and he like on screen he's a good guy. He fights bad guys, but the fans boo him.
But the fans hate him.
Yeah, and it would be logical when that happens to turn him heel.
Well, it's like any time that they turn, like, the Miz face.
Yeah,
like, nobody likes you.
Yeah,
so nobody wants to cheer for you.
Yeah, so and then they rightfully turn him back heel.
Yeah,
but Cody Rhodes, like,
because he has creative control. Yeah. Over his own booking.
And he
wants to be a babyface.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be a heel even though he's getting booed.
Yeah, he wants to be treated like Daniel Bryan was in WWE at the height of the Yes Movement.
And is so delusional that he thinks he can get that despite what is actually happening. Like, he's standing in the ring.
In-ring ability.
Yeah, and not being that good a wrestler. And then, he said he never turned heel. Then he got this lame-ass shirt that would have been good if it was a kind of a funny thing. If this was all on the way to an actual heel turn, it would have been okay.
Yeah.
But he got a shirt with like 3 lines with check boxes beside them, and it was like face, heel, Cody Rhodes with a cool logo, and the check was beside that one. Yeah. Which again it was not a bad like heel thing. Yeah. But if you're like, but that wasn't what was going through his head when that shirt was made. That shirt was made like, yeah, they might be booing me, but at the end of the day, I'm Cody Rhodes and I'm fucking cool. Yeah. Like his real life mentality is heelish. He just isn't self-aware enough to know that.
Yeah. He can't turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, and he just genuinely thinks that everything he does, like, the fans are just going to eat it up.
Yeah.
And they're just going to suck his dick.
And then he started getting, like, more and more desperate for the fans' approval. I don't know if you remember, it was maybe 2 months ago at most. He set himself on fire for real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And got, like, severe burns on his back.
Totally forgot about that.
From doing a dumb fire spot.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Where he had fire retardant gel on... Can I say fire retardant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the scientific term for it.
When he had fire mentally handicapped gel on his back, but he put it on like before he entered for the match. Then he wrestled for like 17 minutes.
Yeah, it sweated it all off.
Sweated it all off, and then took like a superplex through a flaming table and set his fucking back on fire. And people like they cheered for that spot.
They cheered for the spot.
And then when he came out the next week, back to booze because we don't like you. And then same thing with then he got
the TNT, and
then for some reason like he had the TNT title, the secondary title, twice already. He challenged recent-ish winner Sammy Guevara, who is like pretty popular and a good guy.
Totally a cool dude.
I mean, sorry, a babyface, not a cool dude. Yeah. But a babyface in storyline, and then won the title for no reason.
Are you going to tell the whole story?
I'll tell the whole story. He won the title for no reason, and then they were going to have a rematch for the title on the TNT special, Battle of the Belts. But then Cody got COVID that week.
Yeah.
So, and because it was Battle of the Belts, they couldn't have a match not for a belt.
No belt.
So they had Sammy versus Cody's brother and much better wrestler Dustin.
And one of the best wrestlers ever.
So fucking good for the interim title. And then Cody came back the very next week. Yeah. Which like it could be, if the show he missed had been anything other than Battle of the Belts, they wouldn't have had to do the dumb interim thing.
Wouldn't have mattered.
So, but just the way it plays out on camera is so stupid now. He comes back the next week, and then they set up a ladder match between the two for Cody's title and Sammy's interim title. Again, Cody attempts to kill himself in that match for the fans' love.
Why not?
And Sammy wins. And yeah, so Sammy wins. So what was the point of Cody's like several week reign? It was so pointless. It was clearly just like another thing that he wanted to do.
It was a Cody thing. It was absolutely a Cody thing.
Yeah, while all this is going on, there has begun to be friction with him and the other executive VPs who he founded the company with. I think specifically the Young Bucks, it sounds like.
Yeah. Christian boys.
Good Christian boys who, and it sounded like everyone was just kind of getting...
would never have a black wife.
Getting sick of Cody's shit.
And Brandy's shit, it sounds like.
And P.S. everyone, Cody, hot, mixed race wife, also a bitch.
Yeah.
Let's
completely unlikable, just a pain in the ass backstage.
Yeah. And also, the fans turned on her as much as Cody. Yeah. They put her in an angle with like one of the best heel promos in the company, Dan Lambert, and he got cheers over her because they hated her that much, and then they scrapped the angle.
Yeah. Which is funny. Working out.
It was not. So, and Cody, for whatever reason, had been working without a contract since the end of 2021. And so for a little while, it seemed like, oh, they're just like ironing out the details and he'll re-sign. But now we're to get into mid-February, and he still hasn't re-signed. And then it's announced that he's leaving.
So yeah,
Him and his bitch wife are hitting the road.
him and his nope, can't say it. Continue.
No, you can't say it. And word on the street is, and it may even be really obvious come air date for this.
Yep.
But it sounds like he's going back to WWE. So if anyone wants to put together a compilation of bad things Cody Rhodes said about WWE after leaving, and putting that together in a nice little package and putting it on the, I don't know, internet.
Yep. I'm sure somebody will.
Yeah.
I'm sure by the time this goes up, somebody will have brought up all of the stuff he
I'm
said.
sure some wrestling nerd tattletale is already on the case.
Yep.
So
Everyone's a tattletale, including me at work.
Mr. Manager,
Actually, some of my managers are women.
What? How?
I don't know. They slept with someone to the top.
Were they born men?
Yes,
Okay.
that's why. On their license, it says man.
Look, you can look like whatever you want, but your license has to say male if you want to be manager here.
Only men, not fans.
Only fans of men.
Only fans of men.
Yeah, so that's most of the Cody saga.
Yeah. And then afterwards, like when it was announced he was leaving, it was a bunch of the like younger, newer, like undercard guys he had worked that were all like
Sucking his dick.
Oh, thanks Cody, like for the opportunity, blah, blah, blah.
You taught me so much.
Nothing by any of the other like
You're from any higher level guy, not a word.
And Tony Khan gave him the very vague
Diplomatic.
like, hey, thanks for everything you did. See ya.
Bye.
Peace out.
It'll be a treat to not have to book you anymore.
Yes.
Because you made every angle weird.
Yeah. So a major factor in him leaving was the fact that Tony had like taken away booking power from him because literally everything he was doing wasn't working.
Yeah, it was getting untenable having him involved in the booking because literally everything didn't work.
Everything was failing.
Yeah.
So welcome your early candidate for 2022 Coward of the Year, Cody and Brandy Rhodes.
We might have to take away Kevin Owens' Coward of the Year third place for 2021 if he gets to wrestle Steve Austin at WrestleMania.
We'll see.
Because if
that was of the deciding factor in re-signing.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Then we'll talk. And same thing for Sami Zayn with, I don't know, Johnny Knoxville.
Maybe or not. Like a gauntlet against Jackass guys.
Ooh, Jackass
Which
gauntlet.
I also heard was a rumor.
That'd be fun.
Sammy versus Steve-O. Sammy versus Chris Pontius.
Sammy versus the corpse of Ryan Dunn. the soon-to-be corpse of Bam Margera.
Yeah. Preston Lacey. Aaron McGeehee. Dave England.
Dave Coulier. John Stamos. Bob Saget, R.I.P. Candace Cameron.
R.I.P. Jodie Sweetin and her giant tits.
Sweetin and her beautiful set of tits.
Giant knockers.
Lori Loughlin's straight out of jail.
Straight out of Compton.
Mary-Kate Olsen. Ashley Olsen, not Elizabeth Olsen.
She's the good one.
The black sheep of the Olsen family, Elizabeth. Is that, you know what? I can't pull Kimmy Gibbler's actress.
I couldn't tell you either.
Is it Kimmy Gibbler? Did she play herself?
Yeah.
And Kimmy Gibbler as herself. Drew is showing me a picture of Jodie Sweetin's tits, and they're even bigger than I remembered.
Those things are enormous.
That is back pain.
Those are not some jumbo natties, though. Those are some jumbo, I had things put in my chest.
Yeah. And more power to her.
More power to her.
She's a strong, independent woman.
Now, if only somebody had photoshopped her face onto some nudity and then Oh my god. This,
boy.
This one's even better, and I love it.
Okay. That one's not real.
No, but that's great.
That one's funny. That one was comical.
Perfect.
Comical report. You found some fake nudes? There's a nice fake nude.
That's a nice...
Some of the best.
Nice fake work.
Some beautiful mid-2000s fake nudes.
Yeah.
My favorite.
That's exclusive jerk-off content of Drew from the ages of, 13 to 18.
JPEGs downloaded from Kazaa.
Absolutely.
That's...
You just type in someone's name that you think is attractive.
Yep, then you get their face on some...
porn star's
rape
body.
victim's body.
Yep.
The system worked back then.
It did. It really did.
I don't know what's going on anymore. Although I'm excited for good deep fakes.
Yeah. Well, someone hates your dad.
Wow. Someone hates her dad. I guess
Hey, we watched a movie today.
Oh yeah.
That was part of the podcast today. Was watching a movie.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I kind of forgot.
Oh.
But here we are. Note number 1, coma hands. So we watched 1990s Reversal of Fortune by director Barbet Schroeder.
Barbet.
Could be Schrader. I've seen Schroeder pronounced Schrader sometimes, which I don't care for because there's no A involved.
Yep.
But anyway, some old guy named Barbet. Who,
I mean, at the time he wasn't old.
Who, of course,
He's old now.
He was kind of old
Because
then.
he's fucking dead.
I mean, that's the oldest you can be.
You know what? It is. I looked into it. That is as old as you can get.
It's 24 is the highest number.
Yep.
Mr. Show reference. So director of 1998's Desperate Measures brought us here to 1990's Reversal of Fortune. Jeremy Irons' one and only Oscar win. Mm-hmm. Which is criminal, because he should have got it for playing a gay lion. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, he'd got it if he had played a gay, better big cat.
Anything other than lion.
Anything.
Anything else is better. Literally any other big cat is better than lion.
Fatal flaw, Jeremy. You could have had it all.
Could have been a jaguar. Could have been a serval.
Panther.
Could have been a panther. Could have been one of those water cats.
Yep. Savannah cat. Even one of those tiny feral ones. Your savannas. Your black-footed
boobies. Those are blue-footed boobies, right?
Yeah, and our birds. But yeah, a lot of options out there, none of which you chose. You chose the gay one with the mane and the poofy tail. Good job.
Because he's a poof.
True. So the movie is about, it is, based on a book by one of my favorite authors, Alan Dershowitz. Who in my head always makes me think that he's the son of Sam. Alan Dershowitz and David Berkowitz are the same person. I love Alan Dershowitz, son of Sam. That guy has lived the life. He was the son of Sam. He got Klaus von Bülow off. He got OJ off.
He fucking got him off.
He got him off. I guess he got Trump off. And in a way, he got Epstein off. Right?
I guess.
I'm sorry.
I guess.
Is Epstein in jail right now?
Well, no.
Well, then I think I rest my case, Your Honor.
He's in heaven with 72 virgins.
He is in heaven with his 72
Nobody
virgins.
asked any questions about where those virgins came from or how old they are, but he's there.
But he's there. Living the dream.
Living the Epstein dream.
Is that Katy Perry song, Epstein Dream? So it was written. The movie is a dramatized version of Dershowitz's nonfiction book about this case, which I don't know, seems like a bit of a conflict of interest. Here's how great this case was.
Hey, remember,
I don't know if there's going to be a ton of
when I
objectivity.
Got this secret Nazi bad guy.
He's not a secret Nazi. His dad is a secret Nazi.
His dad was an open Nazi.
I was kind of bummed they never touched on that.
Well, Dershowitz wrote it, though. He's not going to write into the script, I got a secret Nazi off.
And I guess because Klaus von Bülow is sort of the hero of the movie in this weird way.
that is also like a weird thing of like
sociopath murder. Who's the good guy?
Because the thing is, it's either one way or the other. It's either Klaus is the good guy, so you hate Glenn Close.
Yeah.
Or Glenn Close is the good guy, but she's in a coma with coma hands, and I can't support that at all.
I can't support coma hands.
I can't support coma hands. So really, there's no good guy.
Look, you're searching the movie for someone to love, and you eventually land on Klaus von Bülow.
Pretty much. I will take Dad was a Nazi over paralyzed hands.
You really didn't like those hands.
Did not like them. Did not like them. That's the thing is, Glenn Close is such a good actress that those hands were too real.
they were too real.
Freaked me out. They were too real.
Glenn Close is such a good actress that she can look like that, her name be Glenn, and can get steady work for 40 years. Yep. That's how good she is.
That's how good she is.
One of the best.
One of the best.
She's a real
Beulah McGillicuddy?
I was going to say Elizabeth Moss. I mean Elizabeth Moss must be a really good actress.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Yep. I'll say that.
And even Elizabeth Moss has a woman's name.
That is true.
Don't know a lot of girl Glens.
That's the only girl Glenn.
Except when I frequent my North Carolina public bathrooms. met a few girl Glens that way.
That's a callback. That is a callback.
Well, it's comedy. Ask me what the secret to comedy is.
What's the
timing.
Oh, you got me. Yes, I've been making origami this whole time.
I was wondering what was going on there.
But it's not good origami.
Oh.
It's not like I don't actually know how to do origami. I'm just doing folds.
Origami, more like borigami. You know what? That's
more
actually
like vorigami.
if that paper crane eats me, so be it. I'll do a little vorigami. You know what? That's not bad actually. That's better than I was expecting. Like there are shapes, there are angles. I like what I'm saying. You know what? That's pretty good. Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
You've got a career.
This one's a pteranodon. And this one's a shark.
Pretty good. Can I put a saddle on the pteranodon and ride it like in Dino Riders?
Yes, you can.
Okay, your eyes lit up, so do you remember Dino Riders? Nice.
Yeah, of course.
That was one of my first favorite things.
Really?
Yeah. Loved it. Big fan.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
See if you can still let's watch it. Let's get them.
Let's get them. I had I believe they made a commercial VHS of the first episode. Oh. And I owned it. A half-hour VHS.
1988.
Yeah.
14 episodes.
14 episodes. That's it. In and out.
Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, all the big hits.
Oh, like big voice acting names. Back when animated shows used voice actors.
Yep.
Yeah, fucking sick show.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Man, you should watch some Dino Riders.
That's
the next season of the podcast.
14? That's not bad.
Episode
Dino
of
Riders.
Dino Riders.
I would legit do that. So the von Bülow story is that Klaus is this rich lawyer, socialite, whatever, who tried to kill his wife twice, and also 0 for 2. He didn't do a very good job at killing his wife. He sucks at killing his wife.
Yeah.
Actually, although he sucks at killing his wife, but he sucks in very funny ways. Back-to-back Christmases tried to kill her, which is great. 1979 and 1980, I believe.
Yes. One was Boxing Day, and the other one was the 20th?
Something like that, yeah.
So one, she was depressed the day after Christmas, and the other one, she couldn't face Christmas.
Exactly, yeah. And we're both in theory with on the sneak insulin injections that were never proven or whatever. So the narrative of the movie is sort of told from In a Coma, Glenn Close, but not much.
Some of it.
It just gives you little bits every now and then. It's not like a constant narrator thing.
Yeah, it starts off with her.
Yeah.
But then sort of goes away from it for a while. And then just comes back.
And comes back when it needs to sporadically.
Also, just sort of like the fucking balls of Dershowitz to be like, this is what the woman in the coma is thinking, who's a real person.
Yeah, definitely the ballsiest thing Dershowitz ever did. Yeah. Like, it took no balls to go on an Epstein documentary as a good guy.
Good guy.
Not like, oh yeah, here's what the island looked like. That's what he should have contributed to the documentary.
Or
but
also,
no.
like, I mean, we'll get to, in the movie, a line he says to his son about having a dream about Hitler.
That was sick. I you know what? I kind of came around on Dershowitz in this. So it starts just with sort of a framing device with Glenn Close telling a bit of the story, and then it goes to I guess it was the first time or maybe the second time. Regardless, both times. Oh no, it was the second coma she went into. Yeah, so he put her in 2 comas. First one was short. Second one very long. And the second one, he walks into the dining room, and his stepson. They were both his stepkids, right?
No, stepson is a stepkid.
Daughter
is his daughter.
Gotcha. Okay.
So he's like 18 maybe.
Yeah.
And she's like 10.
Yeah, younger. And like motions to the stepson to
like, hey, come with me.
Come with me. Takes her up to like the ensuite bathroom to their bedroom, and Glenn Close is just unconscious and freezing cold on the floor. And the stepson's like, have you fucking call
an ambulance?
911, you sociopath monster. And Klaus was so chill about the whole situation.
He was very chill about calling an ambulance.
Look, say what you will.
I believe his first line to the like butler, housekeeper guy, whatever, was like, can you please go and unlock the front gate? We are awaiting an ambulance.
Say what you will about Klaus von Bülow. That's the guy who didn't lose his cool.
Nope.
A real Grace Under Fire. A real Brett Butler.
A real Brett Butler.
What's she up to? I bet she looks great in 2022.
I bet you she's a hunk.
A handsome woman, you say?
A handsome woman.
Now, don't confuse her with former LA Dodger Brett Butler. Although they probably look about the same right now.
Let's find out. Brett Butler in 2021. Maybe not as bad as you would have thought, but still, like, just like an old lady.
Oh, she's actually lost weight. I thought she'd kind of chunk up.
Yeah, I fucked her. Yeah, she just looks like an old lady now.
Yeah, no, she's fine. You know what? Apologies to the Butler estate.
Apparently, she's broke.
Oh, a network sitcom for several years didn't do it for you?
She recently started a GoFundMe fundraiser for a friend.
Took all the money?
She was 6 months behind on her rent and worried that she may have waited too long to allow her friend to launch the GoFundMe. Well, surprise, surprise.
I find it a little hard to have sympathy for that kind of stuff.
I do and I don't. I think I have sympathy for them because
whenever you plan to get rich and then lose all your money at some point?
I plan to get rich or die trying.
Oh, a 50 Cent type.
No, because I think when you come into money, there's a lot of snakes, and they definitely come around to get things from you. And then if you don't give them money, they are perfectly okay with sabotaging your entire life.
That's true.
So I have some sympathy for most people who get famous under their own like work ethic and get rich, but I don't know, other people who don't deserve it, and then play a professional sport where it benefits you to be quite tall or quite large, and somewhat uneducated.
Sure.
And
maybe like some college, or maybe
a little.
maybe even a communications degree.
Maybe a communications degree, and you make it big. You make it into this professional sport. Let's call it hand egg or shooty hoops.
Okay.
And you decide to invest all of your money into a shoe company that doesn't work, or maybe some burger joint in your hometown, or lend a cousin $150,000 for an investment that you then never see anything for,
or
jewelry,
or a shark grotto.
Grotto
in your backyard, who I'm trying to remember offhand who that was, but if you keep talking, I'll find
Bobby Bonilla.
Nope, he was a shooty hooper.
Oh,
NBA.
Rick Fox.
No, but it
Robert Horry.
Stop just naming Lakers. Although it could have been
Derek Fisher.
Look, I'll find it. Don't worry.
The 1 year Gary Payton played there. The 1 year Karl Malone played there.
I forgot about certainly No, you know what? I actually remember both. I'll allow it. Everyone gets to play for the Gilbert Arenas.
Gilbert
had a fucking shark grotto. The time to purchase your dream mansion with grotto, shark tank, and fire pit for under $4 million is now. Former Washington Wizard and maybe current Memphis Grizzly in 2002. His NBA future isn't too secure. Guard Gilbert Arenas has put his Great Falls, Virginia mansion on the market.
Virginia. The states for lovers.
It's true. Seems more like Ohio, but
yeah, whatever. Who wants to fucking Ohio? Gilbert Arenas, in fact, didn't play for Memphis in 2002. He played 2012. Oh, he did play for 2012.
Huh.
I thought you say 2002, and I was like, what?
It's entirely possible I said it, but I meant 2012.
He did play for the Memphis Grizzlies in 2012.
Good for him.
Good for him.
So maybe he unlisted his house and even added another shark.
Very possible. He only played 17 games, and he did nothing.
Is 17 games shark money?
I don't think so.
Nah.
They did make the playoffs that year, and he played 6 playoff games.
Ooh, that could be shark money.
That could be shark money.
We'll give him a call.
We'll hit him up. Gilbert, you still selling your place?
What those sharks?
Let us know.
How the hell did we get onto that?
Who fucking cares?
How did it relate to reversal of fortune?
Nothing we do makes any sense.
Just a schizophrenic.
I'm so tired.
Stream of consciousness.
Scott, I'm losing speed and stamina so fast.
What are we even talking about? What was the movie?
Reversal of fortune.
How far did we get? Klaus. Oh, I think we got there from Grace Under Fire.
Yes, we did. Yes,
because Klaus was so cool.
Yeah.
Then we get the call to Dershowitz, who I didn't catch his name in the credits. Yeah. So when Ron Silver was introduced as Dershowitz, I got super excited because I remembered everything then. Yeah. I just have Dershowitz, all capitals, in my notes.
But do you remember what he was doing?
He was playing shooty hoops.
He was doing sick white guy basketball moves.
Was he doing the dribble through the legs but lift your leg move?
Yeah. And like the pass it under your lifted leg to your other hand. They were also, whoever shot that scene went to the Kevin Dunn School of Film Editing.
A lot of cuts.
There was a lot of pushing in cuts, swinging the camera around, out, in, out, in, out, in.
Look, you have to do...
You gotta make the dribbles look like they're real.
It's a lot of tricks, a lot of smoke and mirrors to make it look like a white guy can play basketball.
That's true.
Like a Jewish guy can play basketball.
I'm going to look that up.
Or what are you going to look up? Can a Jewish guy play basketball? Is it can a Jewish guy play basketball or may a Jewish guy play basketball?
Oh, I'll ask both. Basketball is a Jewish sport. There are hardly any Jewish NBA players.
Now, by hardly any, do you mean zero?
But it says here, basketball is the most Jewish sport.
Well,
How can it be the most Jewish sport if there are hardly any Jewish NBA players?
Well, that's at the professional.
And
that's at the professional level. Look, they love it. They are just bad at it.
All right. Oh, is this? This is a guy talking about Kevin Garnett being in Uncut Gems, and that's what the article is about.
That's what makes basketball the most Jewish sport.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
May a Jewish guy play basketball?
Are they even allowed?
Basketball? Okay. Well, the website is myjewishlearning.com. So I guess but it says basketball and the Jews is what the title is. There's a documentary about exploring the history of Jews in basketball. Then there's Ryan Terrell, the next Jewish Jordan, the first Orthodox Jewish NBA player.
The next Jewish Jordan?
Well, Michael Jordan was the first Jewish Jordan.
Okay. I don't know if a guy who had a Hitler mustache at one point was the Jewish Jordan.
Michael, what are you doing? You know Hitler had that, right?
I'm taking it back.
I bet, you know what I bet you it was? I bet you he was so in debt to someone that they said, I bet you won't wear a Hitler mustache for like the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'll call off $500,000 of your debt if you do a if you film a Hanes commercial.
Yeah.
With a Hitler mustache.
There's Ryan Terrell, an Orthodox Jewish college player.
Nice.
Who plays for Van Nuys, Division III NCAA. I don't think a Division III NCAA player,
look,
white player, is making it to the NBA. Matt Giles.
Division.
I know it's Giles. I'm just being it.
Division III Orthodox Jewish player Michael Jordan so often find themselves in the same sentence.
Apparently there was a guard in the 1990s. Wait. Unofficial scout. Okay, give me his fucking name.
Karl Malone. I guess Karl Malone was a Mormon because he played in Utah. Nice.
The much celebrated guard, whose nickname was the Jewish Jordan.
Oh my God, there actually already was a Jewish Jordan. Yeah. I truly can't believe it.
I don't know, man. But I mean, it's like in world soccer, it's always like, he's the Libyan Messi.
Yeah.
He's the Niger Messi. Yeah, like everybody's the something. It was
he's the gay Ronaldinho.
Well, yeah. He's the Mexican Pele.
He's the fascist Pele.
Fascist Pele. All right, continue your. I'm done with my racism.
Okay.
Maybe not.
We'll see. Yeah. So Dershowitz gets the call. Does not like the call. Throws his 1990 cell phone on the ground, and it explodes. It's great. Loved it. So they end up having the meeting though, and I love the weird little I guess this was the one nod to Klaus's background where he unprompted to Dershowitz says, I actually have a great deal of respect for the Jewish people. I was hoping you'd react to that line, but you're just reading your phone.
Oh, I'm reading the Jewish Jordan.
Was that the line, or that was basically?
Yeah, I mean, he said I actually quite respect the Jewish people. They're very industrious and they adapt well to living conditions.
Any environment.
Any environment. I mean, they've got great hygiene.
Excellent they're senses of smell.
They're known for keeping themselves clean. They shower often and Well, yes, I respect them quite a bit.
It was so weird. And Dershowitz was like, thanks.
That's definitely something that you, as a noted connection to Nazis, should say to a Jewish man who's going to help you prove your innocence.
Yeah, and then when Dershowitz is debating taking the case of this guy who definitely tried to kill his wife twice.
Yep.
Says I guess he's had a recurring dream about Hitler.
Wait, he asked his son. His son asked him about why he's taking the case.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Have I ever told you about the Hitler dream?"
Of course, everyone knows the Hitler dream.
Everyone knows the Hitler dream. I have that same dream.
Where Hitler comes to him to...
He phones him. And says that he needs a defense lawyer.
Yes.
And he debates whether or not he would he would invite him over. He would say yes and invite him over, and then he would debate whether or not he would defend Hitler
or kill him.
And the son says, "Well, you defend him," and he goes, "Yeah, I probably would."
Yeah, and they both point to the stacks of $100 bills in their lapel pockets.
Yes. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I didn't realize that was showing.
So, in case there was any doubt who fucking wrote this, he says the most egregious line of the whole thing. I'm not a hired gun. I have to feel like a moral obligation to who I'm defending. I'm like, Alan Dershowitz isn't a hired gun.
He doesn't feel like he
Klaus
is.
von Bülow, O.J. Simpson, Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein.
The estate of Jeffrey Epstein.
Fair enough.
Get your facts straight.
I almost smashed your television when he said that. That was look, I'll let a lot of shit go. That wasn't okay. Orange is very good in this. He's he's an absolute sociopath. He's basically just doing a less gay Scar the whole time.
Kinda, yeah.
Which is cool. Would have been cooler if he was a kitty cat, preferably a good kitty cat.
One,
but you take what you can get. And then Dershowitz, future member of a dream team, begins to recruit his own dream team, which basically just is going around town to people he knows and saying, "Hey, help me with this." And so that's
also
where
just his students.
Yeah, and a bunch of because he's a law prof in addition to being an actual lawyer. So he's got all the students and then a few other defenders and whatnot. And one guy he was talking to who apparently wasn't Tim Meadows. Apparently, it's common knowledge because this is in Rhode Island. It's in Newport, Rhode Island, a very rich area. That Rhode Island is the most corrupt state in the country. I guess in terms of jurisprudence, I don't know. But yeah, that was news to me. I feel like
Rhode Island and not, I don't know, Massachusetts, New York.
Yeah,
Pennsylvania,
much crookeder states.
Michigan, New Jersey,
the South,
California,
Alaska.
No, Alaska's just where all the criminals go to hide.
It's America's Australia.
It is America's Australia.
And so they got rid of the Palins.
Even, I can't. Brooklyn,
Bristol
Palin. I bet you she's fat now.
I bet you she's hot.
Yeah, what if she's both?
Yeah, you know what? It's on the table. You know, when a bitch is big, but it makes sense.
She's not fat.
Okay.
And
she's not hot. Over two.
And she's not hot. She's over two.
Damn. I was hoping for one.
She's trashy.
She looks like Sarah Palin's daughter.
Abso-fucking-lutely. I'd give her a 3.
Who had a child when she was 12 years old, and Sarah said it was her youngest daughter.
Yep.
Yeah. Tight.
Yeah, gotta cover it up. You don't want people to know that your daughter's fucking. That's how you lose an election.
Everyone, that was kind of an open secret, that part, but not a lot of people knew that the father was a polar bear.
Yep. They got a lot of polar bears up there. Except for they don't. They have a lot more grizzlies and browns.
You can't see. You can't say that. You can't say they got a lot of Browns up there.
They don't have a lot of Browns.
Now, speaking of Browns, one of the members...
the best character in the whole movie.
Of Dershowitz's dream team, it's one of his law students.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he's 57 years old.
Yeah, he's pushing 60.
And is an Indian, an East Indian man.
Yeah, a boop boop, not a boop boop.
Dot not feather.
Yeah.
Who, yeah, when we saw his age and then his job, I'm like, how is he a law? Oh, it's like it's a back to school situation. It's a Rodney Dangerfield, and they're like, huh, Indian Rodney Dangerfield. We're like, I don't mind that guy.
Nope.
That guy's pretty cool by me. I do not get any respect. I do. Hey buddy. Hey buddy, are you fat? Do you look at the menu and say, okay? No respect, I tell you. Your daughter, she come to my house and she give me no respect. And now I'm going to fuck her. That was worth it getting there. So yeah, we had Rodney Dangerfield. Oh yeah, and then so as they're getting all the information, here comes the pteranodon. Or is that the shark? I'm sorry, I didn't want to misgender.
That's the shark. This is the pteranodon.
Okay. So as the legal team is like getting all the information from Klaus, it becomes clear that Klaus von Bülow has murdered every female in his life.
There has been accusations of him murdering
both his mother and aunt.
Yeah.
And he was real tight-lipped about the mother thing too.
Yes, he was.
They're like, so like, what happened with the mother? He's like, I don't know. She was found dead here, and she was found dead in the house that you lived in 5 days after she died. He's like,
What's your point?
Yeah. And that was it. It basically ended with none of your business, my lawyer.
Yeah, pretty much. Good news. I combined the pteranodon.
Oh my god, Tyrannoshark
into a turkey.
They said it couldn't be done. And yet here we are. Amazing.
Gobble, bitches.
That's a nice piece of work. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I wrote down, this fucker killed every woman in his life. And then the next thing I wrote was, this man is a full sociopath.
Yeah, he's a full-on sociopath.
Like, he never... the whole movie,
emotion.
Not an ounce of emotion.
And then they even call him on it.
Yeah.
They're like, he's describing how the second coma happened, and he's just like... very much like this, like my fucking bitch wife, and he's like, you can't even have any fucking sympathy for your wife, and he goes, I have sympathy, I have emotions, I just don't wear them on my sleeve.
Respect.
Yeah, like he's completely insane.
Yeah, I love him.
And he got rid of
and he's the hero.
And he's the hero.
So yeah, and so the deal was, he was tried for the 2 attempted murders of his wife and was convicted.
But didn't go to jail.
I didn't really understand that.
I don't know. Is it because he's rich?
I guess it's because he's rich.
But is he really that rich? Like he.
I mean, it was a very nice house.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It was a giant multiple live-in servants.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he's pretty rich.
Full of Nazi gold.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, I guess maybe just because he's rich, Daddy. So they let him stay at home.
I guess, and then this was the appeal.
This was the appeal process, yeah.
Yeah,
but it's so it starts off, and you kind of see like a neutral perspective of like the events.
Yeah,
and then you see that he's got they gone to trial. And, like, that's the part that has the voiceover of Glenn Close in the coma. But then, while he's dealing with Dershowitz and his group of lawyers is
including Indian Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, you're seeing the flashbacks to the events, but through the eyes of Klaus.
Yeah.
So he's saying like, well, this is how it went.
It's his story.
So now we're seeing the alternate of what we had originally seen, of just like her being unconscious in bed, her being unconscious and found in the bathroom. It's like all of the things he's portraying her as building up to what happened in the events.
Yeah.
And like this is where the movie goes from just sort of like, okay, there's some silly ass things, but that's it, to just like, dudes fucking rock.
It was a real...
This is the dudes fucking rock part of the movie.
This is a real dudes rock situation, absolutely.
So like he I don't know, I'm not jumping too far ahead, am I?
No,
so like it goes from where he gave her insulin shots to put her in a coma to kill her.
Yeah.
And the stepson and stepdaughter who hate him, and her nurse.
Yeah, who's like on her side.
Are trying to get him to go to jail.
Yeah. Like no one is testifying for him.
Yeah.
Everyone's testifying against
him. But then Dershowitz and his team sort of are like, well, like I bet you that nobody even mentioned insulin before the test results of that needle came.
And then
back.
It was all like retroactive. They said, "Oh, it was insulin."
Yeah, right. So then they're like, that's sort of like one of their major defenses. But the whole time while they're like getting the story of what happened from him, he's just like, well, she's a fucking alcoholic and a drug addict, and all she did was chain smoke and bitch and drink, and then she would fucking like do all these prescription drugs, and she was just a fucked up person and completely out of her mind. High all the time or drunk all the time, and just like completely turning it around onto her being just like a total degenerate. And it was like, bitches be like that.
They do be like that. Yeah, like there are lots of scenes of like their clearly unhappy marriage, and there's one where she was just like leaving and she's like, I'm going to bed. I need my beauty sleep. I believe you said, how much sleep are you going to get?
Yeah. You're going to need a lot of sleep if you think you're going to get a beauty out of this.
And then there was one where they were at, I don't know, let's call it, what's fancy? A cotillion? Let's say a cotillion. And neither of us were, right when the scene started, neither of us was paying attention. And then we both look up, we're like, is that a fucking tiger?
A fucking tiger?
There's a baby tiger eating at the table with them.
Yep.
And tried to bite Jeremy Irons because he knows he's a bad lion.
Well, also, I think the tiger was afraid that Jeremy Irons was going to put his disgusting tiger dick lion dick in the tiger.
True.
And make a liger, and the tiger was like, get your fucking dick off me.
Keeping it pure.
Give him bites. Get him away. Hands above the table, buddy.
Yeah.
We're not putting ligers out anytime soon.
So that was fun. The only other note I have is my favorite line from the movie by you, which was, Your Honor, clearly my lawyer is an Indian. And then just giving up.
Every time that the Indian lawyer would talk, I like couldn't stop laughing. So I'm like, if that guy was my lawyer, I would be like, Your Honor, I can't do this. I'm guilty. Just put me away.
Just let's end this ruse.
I can't listen to this anymore. How can any Indian man speaking English be taken seriously?
Yeah, so that's actually everything I have for notes. I mean,
one thing you had said too was when like they sort of show how like Klaus and Sonny met. And it was because she was married once
to a prince
who was like fucking
everyone. Oh yeah, Sonny von Bulow is Newport's most cheated on bitch.
Yes, yeah, she's like the dumbest cuck in the world.
Yeah,
and so then
we're like, at what point is it maybe her fault?
Yeah, we're like, have you looked in the mirror? but you said like, man, this bitch can't stop getting cheated on.
I said it and I meant it.
Yeah, because also Jeremy Irons is also fucking everyone.
Yes, he's fucking Julie Haggerty. I'm 47 pounds.
She really is. And 20 pounds of that is her hair.
No, Drew, please don't speak too loudly. The sound waves can knock me over. She is the frailest bitch. of Airplane fame.
Of Airplane
and we're like,
fame.
oh, she was in another movie besides
Freddy
Airplane.
Got Fingered.
Julie Haggerty was in Freddy Got... What is she?
Marriage Story.
Oh, real? Oh, yeah.
And other stuff.
And some other stuff.
New Girl.
Of course.
Anyways, continue on your train of thought.
No, I just got on sort of a Julie Haggerty kick.
Oh, I'm done.
Just the cheating. Yeah. So Sonny von Beulah was being cheated on by the prince. Then she cheated on him with Klaus, married Klaus, and then Klaus proceeded to cheat on her more.
Yes.
With various socialites. And then he ended up with Christine Baranski,
Who is a handsome woman.
Now,
Even in 1990, when she was, I don't know, 30?
12.
Maybe.
No, I hope for her sake she was older than 30 in 1990. Because she didn't look like a great 30.
I'm going to tell you. And you're going to go, wow.
Wow, she was 12. Underage Christine Baranski.
Christine Baranski was born in 1952.
38.
Yeah.
Good age. Strong age. A masculine
Handsome
age.
age.
I'd say 30. If I was to pick the handsomest age, probably 38.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably 38 for like 5 more months. Then I'll reassess.
Okay.
Then and I might go 39 after that. We'll see. Or 11. It's one of the two.
Or 11.
We'll see. Now, spoilers for for I don't know. I guess 5 weeks from now, will we be using Christine Baranski as our jumping off actress for our next movie?
We will be.
Interesting.
Have we already planned this out in advance because we don't need you people anymore?
What do you mean, you people?
You know what I mean by you people.
What do you mean?
The ones that can't make the right decision, even though we fucking spell it out for them.
The ones that picked Cameron Diaz over Frank Langella.
You idiots.
You pieces of shit.
You garbage. P.S. Give us some money.
We would love some money. Yeah, we're going to do the Christine Baranski hit. the Baranski vehicle.
Yeah.
Bullworth.
Bullworth.
Next. Back to 1998.
Yeah. It's almost as if we have a plan in mind.
It's almost as if there's a movie directed by Warren Beatty that we want to do after Bullworth, so we worked backwards to get to it.
Thank you. I didn't save the website, but there was definitely a
like a 6 Degrees website.
6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon website, but
Nice.
You can just type in 2 names.
Love it.
And it gives you it was oracleofbacon.org.
Oh, it's a nonprofit.
Where you can type in any person's names, and it will connect you in the fastest manner.
Love it.
2 names, give me.
John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins.
I made myself laugh. Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
So stupid. So stupid. Drew, how are these Super Mario Brothers connected?
I wonder.
Give me, you know what? Give me Johnny Legs and Joey Pants. I would love to see how they're connected. And you have to figure out how to spell both of those.
I already did.
Good for you.
So Joey Pants was in the movie Lucy's. Like Loosies.
Is that like Cuties?
I guess so.
Is that like Cuties? A movie we'll be reviewing in the next 4 weeks?
Yep. Lucy's with William Forsythe, who was in the movie Out of Justice with John Leguizamo. So they have 1 degree of separation.
Pretty good. Pretty good. You know what? It's a good site.
It is. It's fun. I'm gonna do it.
Good for you.
I'm just gonna keep looking up. Okay, let's go. Laurence Olivier
and Jennifer Aniston.
Okay. And
Jennifer Aniston was in Horrible Bosses with Charlie Day,
okay,
who was in A Hamlet with Laurence Olivier.
It's not actually. It's only 1 degree.
Holy shit.
Jennifer Aniston was in Murder Mystery.
Yeah.
With Terrence Stamp.
Oh.
Who was in Term of Trial with Laurence Olivier.
Not bad.
Okay, I was originally going to do Laurence Olivier and Kevin Hart.
Do Orson... What?
1 degree of separation.
How?
Kevin Hart was in Little Fockers with Dustin Hoffman, who was in Marathon Man with Laurence Olivier.
Is it safe?
I'm going to change it from...
but is it safe?
Let's say Rock Hudson, who's a gay man.
Rock Hudson and The Rock?
And The Rock. I guess I have to do Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, I think you can't put The Rock.
Well, sometimes he's The Rock. 1 degree of separation.
This rocks.
Dwayne Johnson was in The Tooth Fairy with Julie Andrews, who was in Darling Lily with Rock Hudson.
Goddamn.
Okay, let's go secret gay Rock Hudson with secret gay John Travolta.
Nice. I bet that'll be 1. They've both done lots of stuff. Yep.
John Travolta was in Welcome to Hollywood with Dennis Hopper, who was in Giant with Rock Hudson. Well, 2 secret gays. This is fun.
But
it seems like all of them have been 1 degree, which I guess makes sense if you do a lot of movies. I don't know. Let's go. James
Dean.
Caan. No, I think James Dean would be probably hard.
He's tough because he's been in 3 movies.
Okay, so James Dean. It doesn't even give me James Dean as an option.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to do Jimmy Caan, our friend of the show, Jimmy Caan.
Yep.
And Scott Caan. Well, maybe they haven't done anything together.
Maybe they haven't, but they probably have.
No, they were in the same movie.
There you go.
Who's somebody new? Zendaya.
Okay.
Oh, it didn't give me Zendaya.
You can't have Zendaya?
No.
Well, have her. Let's do her boyfriend. Let's do Tom Holland and Orson Welles.
Tom Hollander, and Orson Welles. Tom Holland was in The Lost City of Z with Marie Melvin.
Of course.
Who was in Start the Revolution Without Me with Orson Welles.
It is tough to get more than 1 degree.
Yeah. Huh. I guess, you gotta do... Okay, let's just change it up to Orson Welles and Mads Mikkelsen. 1.
Damn.
So, I guess you gotta do, more... you'd have to do less mainstream people that don't do, big blockbustery stuff.
Orson Welles was in the commercial for Mrs. Pell's Fish Sticks, and Mrs. Pell was in Casino Royale with Mads Mikkelsen. Were those the degrees?
No.
Oh.
Mads Mikkelsen is in The Salvation with Jonathan Pryce, who's in Voyage of the Damned with Orson Welles.
Orson Welles was drunk in the commercial for Paul Roger Champagne, and Paul Roger was in Another Round with Mads Mikkelsen. I can do this, but I don't need a fucking app. I can do it myself.
Okay.
Anyway, anything else going on with the Von Bulows? He gets off. Dershowitz is a great lawyer. He picks apart every piece of thing and casts doubt into everything that convicted him the first time. And and Klaus gets off. They do a little epilogue. Klaus stayed married even while she was awake. There was a lot of divorce talk, but during her sleepy time, which consisted of 1980 through her death in 2008.
Yeah.
I believe. So 28 years. Klaus stayed married to her. Yep. Klaus lived until 2019 into his 90s.
Yep. Lived on forever.
And as an innocent man. As he should. And were there any other fun postscripts? Dershowitz went on to only do chill things for the rest of his life, and definitely isn't on any flight logs to any spots in the U.S. Virgin Islands that have a 1.3 star rating on Google with a temple on them with an owl statue inside. Didn't do that, to be clear. Did not do that. Only did chill stuff.
Really hard to get from anyone to anyone on this thing.
Warwick Davis and Tiffany Haddish.
God.
Give me 2 degrees. Come on.
2 degrees, well, 3 degrees.
So it was more than... Yeah, we did it.
I mean, it's 1 degree because it's one actor in the middle. Tiffany Haddish did Girls Trip with Lorenz Tate, who was in Ray with Warwick Davis.
Did Warwick Davis play Ray?
He was Ray.
Did he win the Oscar?
He did.
And then followed up with Stealth? Always a good Oscar follow-up?
Yep.
Better Oscar follow-up. Stealth or Catwoman? You be the judge.
What about...
what about Bob?
What about...
What about Love?
Oh, God, what's Eddie Redmayne?
Oh, Jupiter Ascending.
Jupiter Ascending, of course.
One of the best.
Okay, so Toshiro Mifune and Tiffany Haddish.
Okay. That's yeah. You got to go foreign.
You can't do Mifune because there's a documentary about him that everyone's in. Let's go with... we need some people that are like so far apart on the spectrum, like an older actor, and then somebody who does like stupid comedies or only horrors, or
Tony Jaa.
Okay, that's a good one.
And Greta Garbo. If that's 1 degree, I'm gonna shit on this couch in protest.
It's not letting me do Greta Garbo, so maybe she's not.
The fuck
on the list.
She was America's sweetheart. Give me.
I got it.
Oh,
I got it. It is 3 degrees of separation.
Fucking right it is. What do we got?
Greta Garbo was in Anna Karenina with Maureen O'Sullivan, who was in Peggy Sue Got Married with Nicolas Cage, who's in Jiu-Jitsu with Tony Jaa.
Jiu-Jitsu brings it together. A movie you think might be about MMA, but is actually about aliens, I believe. Yeah,
alien invasion.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
we did it.
I want to. What do you? Oh yeah, I guess if it's anything more than 6, it's not going to do it.
Yeah,
but I wonder what is a 6.
What's it take?
Like, what's the hardest one to do? But I don't know. It would be hours. Hours. Oh, you can do directors and producers. So.
Ooh. Harvey Weinstein.
Mark Wahlberg, Gregory Peck.
I bet they're just one in between.
They're probably too close. 2.
Okay.
But yeah, John China. I almost put in China. And Betty Davis.
I like that.
Okay. 3.
Oh, okay.
3. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Is it a funny linking one?
John Cena was in the Flintstones and WWF Stone Age Showdown.
Okay.
With John O'Hurley, who was in Teddy Bear's Picnic with Howard Hessman, who was in Skyward with Betty Davis.
The link was Jay Peterman.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, this is silly.
Well, before we do this for another hour,
I mean, we can keep going if you want, but anyway, okay, yeah.
We can probably wrap it. So I think the next 4 weeks are going to be the all request spectaculars.
Yep.
If you want to get in on that, you know the deal. You've got 1 more day to do it if you're listening to this on release day. Deadline are you? You should be. Deadline is Tuesday, February 22nd, 2:22 p.m., 2022. What a weird order of ways to say that.
Yep.
Anyway, if you want us to talk about a movie that of your choosing, of your choosement, then send a minimum $20 per movie.
Minimum.
Yeah, don't feel confined by the 20. The sky's the limit, kids. to paypal.me/NotScottHenson and tell us what you want and what you'd like us to refer to you as. Otherwise, I will refer to you as your full name, home address, and social security number.
Also, if you
that's the doxing promise.
If you don't want to pick a movie or can't think of a movie to pick,
that's fine too.
You can just give us the money.
Yeah.
Or you can say dealer's choice, and we're just going to pick whatever we want.
Yeah, we don't mind a dealer's choice. We've got one on the books so far.
And we also have a list of other ones.
Exactly. So it should be fun. So it looks like 4 weeks of that. So thank you for doing a pretty good job. But I'm giving you another 24 hours to do a great job.
Unbelievable.
So 4 weeks of that, and then 5 weeks from now it'll be Bulworth time. What's that? 55-year-old Warren Beatty rapping? You bet your ass, son. I might be underselling his age at 55 in 1998. I'm not sure, but I'd say in there. I'd call him mid-50s.
Probably.
Yeah, but it's gonna be fun, and I think we'll probably just have Ghetto Superstar on loop under the entire podcast for that one, because without Bulworth, we would not have it. Original tune, Ghetto Superstar. Oh.
This has been
The news.